think it was 1981, I was a student at Newark High School, and a gentleman named Tito Barbado passed away during surgery. It was the first funeral I went to, and it really hit me. I remember crying uncontrollably, because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't understand it. I just knew he was the nuttiest dude I knew at the time, and there were some nuts that I knew. And then I found out that nut hung around with your nut, and they were out riding horses. So can you imagine that? I picture it in my head. Tito Barbado on a horse, having no clue what he's doing, and see, hey, what are you doing? It's how you ride a horse. I say, I ride a horse. You know how to ride a horse, but you ever ride a horse before? You gotta know how to ride a horse. Giving strict instructions, but as I said, always with that love. He always cared about people. So he didn't want him to fall off the horse the same way he didn't want you to get strangled in the bathroom. But you know, that just told me in tying those two things together, understanding that passing away is what happens in this world. But it's important that we are prepared for when that does happen. We'll talk about that more in a second. I want to bring Laurie in.
I wasn't going to do this, and then I was like, all right, I know it's unusual for a spouse to speak, but I'm sure that people are going to miss some of what I've experienced, especially this past year and a half. Peter and I met on July 2nd at a 4th of July picnic, so that's already a problem. It was at my friend's house who'd gone to Brown, and I was so excited to meet this guy that I thought was a Brown graduate. Silly me. He came to the picnic with another girl. That should have been another pointer there. But fortified by some Johnny Walker Red, he initiated a conversation with me and left with my phone number. Little did I realize that a picnic in Noank on the wrong day would bring me to this point almost 41 years later. Let's just say that we had some adventures, and Zach used that word too. First, our dogs. Pete told me about 3 months ago that the only thing that was fancy about me was my dogs. He bought me a purebred Newfoundland in 1979, which started our journey into showing and breeding dogs. First the Newfies, then our Gordon Setters, and settling, for now, on bulldogs, partially blaming that breed on Zach and our 10-year-old son's mantra, I want a bulldog puppy, I want a bulldog puppy, I want a bulldog puppy. Fast forward, my daughter leaves for college, our adopted Chihuahua goes and lives with his aunt, and we get a bulldog puppy. Pete always said that when he put his name on their registration forms, that was him giving me his permission to have them, like I needed it. Then Pete wanted to be a small-time farmer, so we bought 10.5 acres in Basra, built a house, and moved to the country. We had horses and a pony, raised cattle, and boy are there cow stories, like the time he almost shot somebody else's cow. Turkeys, had the dogs, numerous cats, a pheasant, rabbits, quail, and a variety of small rodents and fish tanks. He grew a beard, bought a huge Ford tractor, started hunting, and we heated our house with wood. Then our kids. Adventures as they grew and found their way to baseball and softball diamonds, ice rinks, and swimming pools. Time to move a little closer to suburbia, trading the tractor for a boat and more adventures on the water. Fishing, lobstering, clamming, and crabbing, and many of those shared times with him. I know there's one crabbing story where he got stuck in the mud and he was with a couple of Zach's friends, and Zach wasn't there because he was playing baseball. And Pete fell over, and they actually had to pull him out. Like, I think he was up to his knees. Imagine that.
Stuck in the mud?
Our sports adventures included many families who became fast friends. Poolside, rinkside, on the baseball diamonds. And then we had kids who became college students and college athletes. And following Zach in his career with the Rangers and the Angels, all of it was so priceless, and he was so proud. So fast forward to September of 2017 and the diagnosis. A new, although much more serious adventure for us. I took on a new job that I never thought I could or would have to do. Caretaker. I used to tell him if I wanted to be a caretaker, I would have been a nurse. I didn't choose that. but I did. And I learned to navigate meds, infusions, wrap his feet, feed him, and try to keep him positive. He was not ready to retire. He missed his kids and his impact on the toughest students. He wanted to tutor again, and he missed his New London High School and New London STEM families. And those are the people that supported him every single day. For all of you who reached out to see him, please know that at the end, he hated the way he looked. He was really upset with his voice. He felt that it had changed, and he was a very proud man. Last week he rallied, well, 2 weeks ago actually. I thought it was a big move forward. But little did I know that he was trying to send me a message. He was ready to go out strong. He put the grandkids on the bus for 3 mornings. The last was Thursday morning. He died on Saturday. He requested a steak dinner one night and ravioli another. He brought the garbage cans up from the end of the driveway. First time in over a year. And then he died at home. No IVs or heavy painkillers, on his terms, as he wanted it. Tommy Kelly called Pete a man of excess to me one day. Little did I know what that would encompass. After his passing, as I've been going through his stuff, I have found that's probably him. He's not liking this one at all. I have found today 4 wallets, not including the one that he was using. More than 13 pocket knives. I am up to 9 watches, 6 cross pen and pencil sets, and I'm nowhere near done, and I haven't counted shoes. And many of us have played and partied with that excessive personality. His excess, though, could be measured in his love for me, for his kids, and his precious grandbabies, for his brothers, his nephews and nieces, all of his extended family, his adopted daughters and sons, the ones that never left my house in the summer. He was a big presence, both figuratively and literally. He loved big and lived big. What I've learned from loving this man: love those around you and tell them every day. Say please and thank you. Have those difficult conversations, including funeral arrangements, because that was something that we did, and my recent days have been much easier because we had those conversations. Your siblings are your first friends and will be there when you need them the most. Billy stopped listening to Peter say, I don't feel like seeing anyone, and he used the back door. And for me, Lisa, and Sue, I could have done it. Trust in true friends. Tommy and Bao never stopped to keep coming, even when he was at his prickliest. If he was sleeping or fell asleep, they would still sit with him. Circumstances cause relationships to morph, but that storm can be weathered. It's okay to accept people's help because they really want to help you. Take care of yourselves. It's not selfish to go to exercise class or take a walk, to meet your friends, and to eat healthy. Not that you do that, but it's okay. And hug each other, because at the end of the day, that is the best that you can give to yourself and to someone else. I was fortunate to have loved and cared for a special man. And I want to thank you all for coming, because this is a tribute to who he was and your love for him. He would be overwhelmed and very proud to see all of you here and to have read the wonderful tributes. And I can't thank you enough. I love you all.